Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself a simple, but deeply powerful, question? Why do people behave the way they do? Why do we queue patiently in banks but struggle to do the same at bus stops? Why does a doctor's voice automatically carry authority inside a hospital, while a cleaner's opinion is often ignored, even when it's correct? Why are some people listened to the moment they speak, while others must shout, explain, or overprove themselves just to be noticed? Most people shrug and say, "That's just how life is." They call it normal. They call it common sense. But here's the truth most people never pause long enough to realize. These patterns are not random. They are not accidents. They are the invisible threads of society and social structure, quietly shaping your life every single day, often without your awareness, and sometimes without your consent. And here's the truly shocking part. You are living inside a system that influences how you think, how you speak, how you judge yourself, what you believe is possible, and even how far you think you can go in life, long before you make your first major decision. Long before you choose a career. Long before you choose a partner. Long before you even understand that choices exist. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will not only understand society better, you will start to see it operating around you in real time. Let's begin at the foundation. What exactly is society? Society is not just people living together in one place. It is not merely a country, a tribe, a town, or a community. Society is a complex network of relationships, shared values, norms, expectations, rules, traditions, and institutions that organize how human beings live together. In simpler terms, society is the operating system of human life. It silently tells us what is acceptable, what is unacceptable, what is rewarded, what is punished, what is considered success, what is labeled failure. From the very moment you are born, society begins to speak to you, long before you can speak back. Through your family, it teaches obedience, responsibility, or independence. Through school, it teaches discipline, competition, conformity, and ranking. Through religion, it teaches morality, purpose, and fear or hope. Through culture, it teaches identity and belonging. Through laws, it teaches limits and consequences. Through media, it teaches desire, beauty, success, and status. Before you can even form your first full sentence, society has already started teaching you how to behave, what to value, and who to become. Now let's go deeper, because this is where understanding truly begins. What is social structure? If society is the big picture, social structure is the framework that holds everything in place. Social structure refers to the organized patterns of relationships and institutions that shape how society functions over time. Think of society as a massive building. People live inside it. They move through it. They interact within it. But the pillars, beams, floors, doors, and staircases determine who can rise easily, who must struggle upward, who remains stuck at the bottom, who controls access to opportunity. That building is social structure. It is largely invisible, but incredibly powerful. Social structure silently answers questions most people never consciously ask. Who has power, and who doesn't? Who makes decisions, and who must accept them? Whose voice sounds authoritative? Whose mistakes are forgiven? Who gets opportunities automatically, and who must fight for them? Who is protected by the system, and who is exposed to it? And here is an uncomfortable truth many people resist accepting. Your position in society affects your opportunities long before your talent is ever noticed. Talent matters, but placement matters first. Let's break this down slowly and clearly. Social structure is made up of several key components, and the first is social institutions. These are the major systems that organize and stabilize society. They include family, education, religion, government, economy, healthcare, media. Each institution exists for a reason, and each assigns roles, responsibilities, and expectations. In the family, parents are expected to nurture, guide, protect, and discipline. In schools, teachers instruct, evaluate, and control learning, while students obey and perform. In government, leaders create laws and policies, while citizens are expected to comply. In the economy, employers command labor, while workers exchange time for income. When people perform these roles smoothly, society experiences order and stability. When roles are challenged, ignored, or abused, society experiences tension, conflict, or change. Now let's talk about status and roles, because this is where identity meets structure. A status is your position in society. A role is the behavior expected from that position. You don't just exist as you. You exist as a student, a sibling, a child, a citizen, a worker, a leader or follower. Each status comes with expectations, spoken and unspoken. And here is something deeply revealing. You do not choose many of your statuses. You did not choose your gender at birth, your parents, your family's wealth, your ethnicity, your social class. These are called ascribed statuses, assigned to you before you have a voice. But some statuses are earned. Your profession, your level of education, your achievements, your social influence. These are called achieved statuses. Society evaluates you using both, and often judges you before you've had the chance to prove yourself. Now let's talk about social class, because this is where society becomes brutally honest. Social class refers to how society groups people based on wealth, income, education, occupation, access to resources. Most societies are divided, formally or informally, into upper class, middle class, working or lower class. And here is the truth many motivational speeches avoid. Social mobility is not equal for everyone. Some people are born closer to opportunity. Some inherit networks, confidence, and safety. Others inherit struggle, insecurity, and limitation. This does not mean effort is useless. It means effort operates on uneven ground. Understanding this helps us replace judgment with insight, and blame with awareness. Another critical component of social structure is values and norms. Values are what society believes is important. Norms are the rules that guide behavior based on those values. If society values respect, norms dictate how you speak to elders. If society values success, norms push people to chase money, titles, and status. If society values obedience, norms discourage questioning authority. Break these norms, and society reacts. Sometimes with laughter. Sometimes with punishment. Sometimes with silence and exclusion. This is how society maintains social control. Social control can be formal, laws, police, courts, prisons. Informal, shame, gossip, family pressure, public opinion. Often, you don't need force to control people. Fear of judgment is enough. That is how powerful society truly is. Now here is something crucial to understand. Society is not fixed. It evolves. Social structures change due to technology, economic shifts, education, cultural movements, wars, globalization. Ideas once considered impossible become normal. Practices once accepted become condemned. Power shifts hands. This is why understanding society is not just academic, it is strategic. Those who understand social structure can Navigate systems intelligently. Avoid manipulation. Recognize hidden power. Create meaningful change. Position themselves wisely. Those who don't often feel confused, frustrated, angry, or powerless, without knowing why. Now bring this closer to your own life. Every time you apply for a job, enter a classroom, speak in public, challenge authority, follow or break a rule, you are interacting with social structure. And often, success or failure depends not only on intelligence, but on awareness of the system you're inside. Here is one of the most powerful realizations in social studies. Society shapes individuals. But individuals also reshape society. Every major social transformation in history began with people who understood the system deeply enough to question it intelligently. Civil rights. Women's rights. Labor rights. Educational reform. Change does not come from ignorance. It comes from understanding and courage. So now, let me ask you something I genuinely want you to think about. If society silently shapes our beliefs, our limits, and our ambitions, how many of your dreams are truly yours, and how many were designed by the social structure you grew up in? Also, if you fully understood how society works, what would you change first, your mindset, your choices, or the system itself? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. Your perspective might open someone else's eyes. Like the video to support meaningful education. Share it with someone who values understanding. And subscribe to Geraldinho Academy.